Hello dear students, welcome back. Today we will be studying gerund and infinitive. It is a difficult topic for most students, but actually when you fully understand it, it will be really easy for you to use and understand it. We will start with infinitive. Actually, we will start with what is gerund infinitive. Some verbs, for example, we can use in English two verbs back to back, and some of them get a full infinitive and some of them get verb ing. What is the rule of it? How do we decide what to use, gerund or infinitive? Now we will be studying this. But first of all, I want you to understand, when we use gerund or infinitive, it is not our main verb of the sentence. Our main verb of the sentence is always the verb that comes before gerund or infinitive. So let's start with infinitives. We have two forms of infinitives. The first one is full infinitive, which is to verb 1, and the second is bare infinitive, which is only verb 1. Now you will have to memorize some of the verbs, but we also have some rules to remember, keep in mind when do we use it. Let's start with the verbs that you will have to sadly memorize. For example, appear gets infinitive. Decide, hope, plan, expect, promise, refuse, agree, ask, choose, happen, advise, learn, want, prepare, know, demand, manage, arrange, and teach. These are the most common verbs that get infinitive without a rule that you have to memorize. Now I will write the Turkish meanings of them next to them, so you can stop the video and take notes. Sorry. Refuse, agree, ask, this is choose, happen, advise, learn, want, prepare. What is this one? I think it is know. Demand, manage, arrange, and teach. Now, as I said, these are the most common verbs that get infinitives after them, and you should memorize. For example, they planned to go on a holiday. My main verb of this sentence is planned. And the subject is they. Here, to go on a holiday is object of the sentence. But we also have a full infinitive here because we wanted to add a verb after my actual main verb of the sentence. And plan gets full infinitive after it, so I used to go. She promised to help me. Subject, verb of the sentence, and object of the sentence. Promise is a verb that gets infinitive after it, so I used to verb 1, full infinitive. I hope to become successful, for example. Hope gets infinitive after it, and you can see to verb 1, full infinitive after it. Verb of the sentence, subject of the sentence, and object of the sentence. I advised him to see a doctor. Again, advice, the verb advice gets infinitive after it, and you can see to verb 1, full infinitive, main verb of the sentence, subject of the sentence, object, and object. Now, as I said, we also have some rules. For example, we use infinitive to express purpose. Now, I will give you example. And in this one, to express purpose, we use full infinitive. He went to market to buy milk. Now, actually, you don't see infinitive right after the verb, but after actually the whole sentence, the main clause. The reason for that is this guy here expresses purpose. So after the main clause, we put it. I called her to tell about the party. My purpose to call her was to tell about the party. It expresses, it defines a purpose. She came over to celebrate your birthday. Main clause, and here it expresses purpose. I went cinema to watch Batman. My purpose of going to cinema was to watch Batman. This was our first rule. Also, we can use infinitive to make subjects. What I mean by that is, by the way, we use full infinitive for this one as well. To join a sports club is a good idea. Now let's separate this sentence into its future of speeches. To join a sports club. Actually, this is my subject. But when you look at the main subject, it is to join. This is the verb of the sentence, and this is object. These are defining things for our subject, but you can see that using full infinitive form with join, it made it a subject. To fill out this form is difficult. Again, as you can see, here I used full infinitive to turn the verb into a subject. Another place where we use infinitive is after, to, and enough. For example, he is too short to join the military. You can see here the full infinitive. This soup is too hot to drink. Again, you can see here. Pharmacy is too far to walk. Jacket, this jacket is too expensive to buy. She prepared enough cookies to everyone. You can see everyone to eat, for example. You can see here. Or we could say cookies for everyone to eat. You have enough money to buy that car. You can see full infinitive to verb 1 here. We also, as we have studied at our last lesson, we use it after would like would love, and would prefer. But after these, we use bare infinitive. For example, she would prefer drink tea. You can see bare infinitive. We would like to buy. This one would like gets full infinitive, to buy the red one. I would love to go to Cabo. You can see here. And another place we use infinitive is this particular sentence structure. It's be form, adjective, or it's be form, adjective of noun or pronoun. Now it will make sense when I give some examples. It is really important to attend the exam. To attend, you can see here full infinitive. It is hard to learn Chinese. You can see full infinitive here. It was very pleasant to see them. Let's do one more. It was nice of them to help. You can see the sentence structure. It is really important. I used it. I used my be form, and my adjective is important. Then I used to verb 1 form. We said that we use after here or this structure full infinitive. And in this one, again, you can say it, form of be, adjective, full infinitive, slash whatever. You can put object. It's form of be, it is in verb 2. Pleasant adjective. Sorry, till here. Full infinitive form. Again, it's form of be, adjective. We said that of noun or of pronoun. We see of pronoun here, and to full infinitive, to verb 1 infinitive. Now after this we will be studying, that's it for infinitive, but before we jump into gerund, let's review one more time what we have studied with infinitive. We said that we can either use full infinitive, which is to verb 1, or bare infinitive, which is just verb 1 on its own. And we have some common verbs that you should memorize, because some of them don't have rules, but some of them do. They are most likely to, easier to remember, but this one you should memorize. For example, appear, decide, hope, plan, expect, promise, refuse, agree, ask, choose, happen, advise, learn, want, prepare, know, demand, manage, arrange, and teach. We gave some examples. They planned to go on a holiday. Plan gets infinitive form after it, so we used full infinitive form. She promised to help me. Again, promise gets infinitive after it. I hope to become successful. Again, you can see here. Then we have studied the rules. For example, our first rule was expressing purpose. And how do we do it? We do it with full infinitive. It doesn't have to be necessarily right after our main verb, since it expresses purpose. It can be after the full main clause. I called her to tell about the party. You can see this is a full sentence, and after that I tell my purpose. And we also said that we can make verbs subjects using infinitive, using full infinitive form. To join a sports club is a good idea. To join is subject of the verb, is subject of the sentence, is verb of the sentence, a good idea, object. To fill out this form is difficult. To fill out subject, this form, again, it is an addition, verb, object. Also, we use after to and enough. For example, he is too short to join the military. The soup is too hot to drink. Pharmacy is too far to walk. How do we use it in sentence placement? With to, after our adjective or adverb, after this one, what to is defining, after that one, we use to verb 1. Pharmacy is too far to walk. Jacket is too expensive to buy. You have enough money to buy that car. And we said that we use it with would like, would love, would prefer. Actually, let's clean this one. She would prefer drink tea. We use bare infinitive with this one. We would like to buy the red one, full infinitive. I would love to go to Cabo, again, full infinitive. And we talked about this specific sentence structure. It be adjective to infinitive form, or it be adjective of noun or pronoun and full infinitive form. It is really important to attend the exam. Here you can see it, be form, adjective, full infinitive, it, be form, adjective, full infinitive, it, be form in verb 2, adjective to verb 1, it, be form, adjective, and this one applies for the second one after slash of noun or pronoun. We use the pronoun here, and full infinitive. Now, let's do gerund. Let's start with verbs that you should memorize. For example, avoid, consider, deny, involve, risk, spend, mind, mention, admit, imagine, suggest, escape, report, suffer, understand, keep, finish, start, try, begin, lose, and continue. These are the verbs that you should memorize because these are the most common ones. Now, also in gerund we have some rules. Gerund can be used as an adjective, can become an adjective. For example, I saw a running cat. In here, this is the subject, this is verb, and this is the object. But in our object, this is noun. And running defines our noun. And in English, what we call that something that defines a noun is adjective. Running cat. For example, you see it a lot. Swimming pool. Pool is a noun. Swimming defines it and it makes it an adjective. For example, living room. Room is a noun. Living defines it and it makes it an adjective. For example, shopping center. Center is noun. Shopping defines it. It makes it an adjective. Let's give a little bit more examples. There will be flying cars in the future. Car is a noun. Flying defines it. This is an adjective. There are speaking robots. Robot is a noun. Speaking defines robot, and speaking is an adjective in this sentence. Let's give a few examples of the verbs that you should memorize. For example, I heard him talking on the phone. Here gets gerund after it, and you can see verb ing here. The house needs cleaning. Need gets gerund after it. You can see verb ing here. Doctor suggested him cutting sugar. She considers accepting my offer. You are avoiding facing your problems. Also, just like infinitive, gerund can be used as subject of the sentence. Exercising keeps you healthy. Putting ing at the end of it makes it the subject of the sentence. Verb, object, and object. Boxing is a popular form of martial arts. Subject of the sentence. Eating a lot of meat is harmful. Also, gerund can be used as used after prepositions. She left without saying goodbye. This is preposition and I used gerund after it. I am thinking of, you can see the preposition here, quitting my job. He always dreams about, preposition, having a sports car. She insisted on paying the dinner. You can see the preposition right here. Also, one more place that we use gerund. After verbs that indicates general likings. For example, I like playing piano. She hates running. They dislike eating fish. I prefer going on a vacation. These are things that indicates our general likings, so we use gerund after them. Now we also have some exceptions when it comes to gerund and infinitive. So we will also be discussing them. Some verbs get different meaning when used with gerund or infinitive. For example, let's start with, this is the most common one, I think, forget. If I use infinitive with forget, it means not remembering. I forgot to come to the meeting. It is out of my mind. But forget with verb ing, with gerund, it means a memory. I will never forget cooking with her. For example, this is a memory. This is something that I didn't remember. Also, speaking of remember, when we use remember with infinitive, it means don't forget. For example, remember to call Jack tomorrow. But when we use remember with gerund, again, it means a memory. We're talking about a memory. I remember meeting her. We have stop. If we use infinitive, it means that stop doing something and start doing something else. For example, I stopped to work, got some rest. But when I use stop with gerund, it means quit, quitting something. I stopped smoking, for example. It means that I quitted it. Also, some verbs can become both gerund and infinitive without any change meaningfully. For example, they started to talk, or I can say they started talking. They are both correct. They mean the same thing. He advised us to book early. He advised us booking early. So we have one more meaning change. Go on. If I use it with verb ing, it means continue. If I use it with infinitive, it means later. She introduced herself and went on to talk about blah, blah, blah. But if I use it with ing, go on presenting your homework, for example. That's it for today, guys. That was gerund infinitive. Thank you for listening. I hope you understand and enjoyed our lesson. See you on our next lesson. Don't forget to study what we have studied here. Take care of yourselves.